this video, I tried my excellent diplomacy skills to fully reunite Hungarians around Europe. Could I do so without war? Watch the video to see. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I want to see how far we can expand as the Kingdom of Hungary to make Greater Hungary without going to war with anyone. Will I get too far? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. Let's just hop right on into it. Welcome to Hungary, the Kingdom of Hungary. We have ourselves... What the heck? Wait, why am I in Albania? Legitimately, how did that happen? I have no idea how that happened. Why am I playing as King Zog? What the heck? Yeah, that's very cursed. Iron Man Kingdom of Hungary 6, yet I was playing as Albania. Alright, well let's try Iron Man Kingdom of Hungary 7 and see if this turns out better, and hopefully I don't end up in Albania. Okay, there we go. We are now in the Kingdom of Hungary, for real this time. You start off with 9 divisions, a whole whopping 64 spare manpower, decent amount of war support and stability as well to go along with it. And of course we are at our knees by the Treaty of Trianon, and I'm going to train up a few divisions just to see for now. I don't know, we'll see what we can get done. Now, as for focuses, we are going to continue the Regency. Horthy, you have done a great job to get us through the interwar period, but we need someone stronger. So unfortunately, we're going to be undermining Horthy today. Horthy, if you survive what we're doing and are an admiral, I promise you, you will have a glorious navy. Now, I actually want to rush down to reaffirm territorial claims as quickly as we can, because we want to demand Burgenland as quickly as we can, and that is because of the Anschluss. So there we go, we've undermined the Admiral, and yeah, I think if we do our timing right, we should be able to get Burgenland before the Germans come in for it. And we have a march on Budapest, and we'll just scare them off for now. We get 5% Brown Party support, which is the direction we're going, and we get stability and war support, so yeah, that will be great for us. And we are empowering the green shirts. Why does it feel like every Brown Party ever in history has some sort of color of shirts that they wear? Alright, and let's march on our capital, Budapest. I'm sorry, Horthy, it has to go down like this, but it's for the greater good of Greater Hungary. Alright, and it looks like Gombos, I think he's the trade man, looks like he's taking up emergency powers of our country, and there he is. He's actually popular among paramilitaries. Interesting buffs that this man gives us. However, he's not going to be sticking around for too much longer because we're going to be doing the Government of National Unity, and we get a coup d'etat, so enjoy your 35 days of power, Mr. Gombos. And here's the coup d'etat, and we actually remove the Treaty of Trianon spirit, which is amazing to get that out of the way. We could actually keep Gombos in charge of the Brown Party, but I believe he passes away soon. Let's just get this man in charge. So here we go, we'll do this one, and we have renounced the Treaty of Trianon, with secret rearmament, it's been bypassed, and now we have, let me figure out how to pronounce his name because I would like to know how to say it the rest of the video. I hope the YouTube video I watched on how to pronounce his name is correct. We have Ferenc Szalasi here in charge of our country. Alright, so now we can keep heading down to promoting Hungarianism. So let's institute corporatism for 2 civs and 2 mills. I will gladly take that. Alright, there we go. We've instituted corporatism. I'm going to do this focus, the Tyrol Association, giving us a flat 5% research speed boost. That is really good. I would gladly take that, because we are still just chilling. Of course, 3 research slots, so let's make the most of them. And yeah, I think it does make sense to join the Anti-Comintern Pact, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So we can actually join the Axis right now if we wanted to. I'm going to hold off just in case that causes anything funky. We're going to sway the count, and then we'll do wherever the cross points and head down to these few focuses next. Beautiful, we already have 20 divisions out. We've more than doubled our army. Are you guys scared of me yet? You better be scared of me because I'm coming for my land back. I like this focus, wherever the cross points, and that is true because wherever the cross points, we are going to be stealing land from our neighbors. North, south, east, or west. We want as much of our rightful Hungarian clay as we can get back. There we go, we promoted Hungarianism, and finally we can reaffirm our territorial claims. We get all of these lands claimed, and we get decisions to reintegrate our old Hungarian territories. We're still just spamming out divisions, and hopefully we'll have a big enough army that our neighbors are in fact scared of us, and do in fact return our rightful land. Now, we do actually need a certain amount of manpower to do the rest of these. So we'll start off with southern Slovakia. It is 120,000 manpower, so maybe that means it's the most likely one that they'll accept. We'll line up our troops on the Czechoslovakian border, continue training up troops because we still don't have the amount of manpower we need to go in and ask for Transylvania back, which is the big one. And yes, we do have these territorial revision decisions now, and as you can see by the highlighted areas around the map, we can recore all of these lands here, and Czechoslovakia has indeed returned southern Slovakia to us. Beautiful, and once we get 250 political power, we can core this bad boy. let's next demand Carpathian Ruthenia off them as well. And now that we're at 50 political power, we'll start our first core back, Belvedek, welcome back into Greater Hungary. Alright, let's see what they say to this one. They've actually refused our demand. That is unfortunate for us. Let's gain the war goal on them, and instead we'll just demand Slovakian integration. Maybe they'll accept this one. In the meantime, I'm going to improve relations with Romania. That way, maybe they'll accept us demanding Transylvania off of them. Maybe they'll just fully give us Slovakia, and now we will also demand Transylvania off of Romania. Okay, there we go. They actually did give us all of Slovakia, which included Carpathian Ruthenia. There we go. That is a massive W for us. And we do avoid war with the Czechoslovakians, at least for now. Next, let's get our army on the Romanian border, and hopefully they will give us Transylvania, although I'm not too sure that they will. We do have 42 divisions out, which isn't too bad. And there we go, we've demanded Transylvania. What do they say to that? In the meantime, we'll demand Burgenland, although I'm sure the Germans are going to Anschluss before that point. I'm not sure, actually. We'll just give it a shot and do that focus. Okay, they have refused. Let's say they went too far. We'll begin to mobilize, and we can choose a mediator. Now, they're actually guaranteed by France, so we would want to approach France in case anything goes awry. So let's approach France for mediation. And they've actually transferred Transylvania, and that is all of Transylvania. Wow. The RNG gods are in our favor right now. Look at that. They actually gave us all of Transylvania back. That is a huge, huge win for Hungary. Now please, can we get Burgenland back? I'm actually going to join the Axis at this point, just so I can see what focus they're doing. Yeah, they are doing the Anschluss, and they're going to be getting it done faster than we can demand Burgenland. That's unfortunate for us, definitely unfortunate. Is there any way we can delay this? I'm not sure. It looks like we're just a bit of time off, unfortunately. If only I had enough manpower out, I could have demanded Transylvania before I did Slovakia, and yeah, we can't even justify on them because that'll take 55 days. And there is the Anschluss of Austria. Our focus to demand Burgenland is still going, so it looks like we're gonna ask the Germans for Burgenland. We have maxed out relations with them, so you never know, they might say yes to this. And slowly but surely, we are reintegrating all of our rightful Hungarian lands. There we go, there's Croatian reintegration. What do you say, guys? We've got you surrounded, come out with your hands up, and there we go. We've got ourselves Dalmatia and Croatia now. That is beautiful. Now we can head to demanding the Vojvodina off them as well. And finally, as Hungary, we have access to the sea again. We have Dalmatia, we have a dockyard, and since we control a ton of aluminum here in Hungary, we're going to be working on a beautiful air force today. Let's get started on our research on that right now. That way we can have a decently sized air force out. And there we go. Yugoslavia has indeed transferred the Vojvodina over to us. We've got this land, and it actually became a core automatically for us. So the last bit of reintegration we have left to do is to demand West Banat, which is going to cost us 75 political power, and in 1938 we can proclaim Greater Hungary for some stability, war support, and daily compliance gain. That is beautiful. And let's see what they say to West Banat. They have accepted. Beautiful. So there we go. We have all of our core territory back, apart from Burgenland. But you know what? I think I messed that up, but you probably could do it. It's not ridiculous to think you could be getting all of this land without going to war. That's going to do it for this one. If you've watched this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I'm just kidding, guys. We're just getting started as Greater Hungary today. And there we go. We have proclaimed Greater Hungary. This is beautiful, but we are definitely a less beautiful color on the map. And finally, we can actually work on our industry or our army or whatever we want to do. Let's avoid interventionist destabilization, grabbing some political power, which is greatly needed to reintegrate our core territory, and we get a civ for our troubles as well. Why can we crown Hermann Göring our apostolic king? What does that even mean? I do not want Göring as my king. Get him out of here. Alright, Germany just ate the Sudetenland. They're now doing the fate of Czechoslovakia focus. I hope that doesn't mess up and somehow give them control of Slovakia, even though we have it. And we have 200 political power, 4 states left to recore. Boom, 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 boom. Let's get all of these states back as our cores, and we'll have completed what we can do for right now. But don't worry, I'm going to be coming for Burgenland today, that's for sure. Look at all these green numbers we have as Hungary already. And we can announce our Giore program, which is going to help us industrialize like crazy. Well, there goes the German declaration on Poland. World War II has begun. We are not going to join the war against Poland, however, because look at our opinion of them. Poland and Hungarian, two good friends fighting and drinking at the end. Poland are our great allies throughout history, and we're going to maintain that here today. I'm not joining against Poland. We as Hungary have not chosen bloodshed. We've gotten all of this diplomatically today. And of course, let's build up some dockyards in Dalmatia. We just need a navy, right? To honor Horthy, we need a navy. Okay, and let's design our air force, starting with, of course, our fighters. And we will call them the Simplified, after a glorious channel member. And of course, we're gonna need some bombers, so let's get some cast going as well. There we go, and we will call these boys the Mortimers, after another glorious channel member. There's just so much to do in the Hungarian tree. It takes me like 2 minutes every time I finish a focus to decide what I want to do next. Ooh, 3 more naval dockyards. Don't mind if I do. So I've been building up, sitting back, and waiting to decide on what I want to do here in this game. Obviously, Bergenland is not controlled by us, but it is controlled by the Germans. So I don't know if I do want to join this war against the Allies. If we do eventually have to take out Germany, maybe I work with the Germans, take out the Soviets, then turn my backs on them, and help out the Allies to take them out. I think that could be a pretty good game plan for us, as there they go in on Yugoslavia. Italy is demanding a rightful occupation of Dalmatia for themselves. Who do they think they are? Get out of here, Mussolini. Dalmatia is a rightful Hungarian clay, not Italian clay. Well, here's Operation Barbarossa. The Germans have declared on the Soviets. I actually do want to join the German-Soviet war, so let's ask the Mustache Man to get involved, and let's get our aircraft over eastern Poland, and he's accepted. Soviets are attacking us. That's probably not the smartest move for you boys. Finally, we've got ourselves some actual fighting in this game, and there we go. We have pushed the first tile into Greater Hungary. Let's grab this supply hub. There we go. Hopefully we can cut right on through, meet up with these Germans up here, and grab a nice pocket. We are struggling to push. I really thought Greater Hungary would be greater than this. There we go. This is our first encirclement, and that was very quick. We've destroyed those Soviets there. Can we get these guys? Please tell me we can. There we are. There's the pocket. There's 18 Soviets here in this pocket. Let's take them all out. And there we go. Japan just declared on the Dutch East Indies, which means the Americans should be joining the Allies anytime. And it looks like we're about to get this nice pocket of more Soviet divisions here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. The Simplifieds and the Mortimers are doing a terrific job here in Ukraine, shooting down the Soviet Air Force and providing enough cast damage for our boys to make a push. And they're trying out a few naval invasions. This has actually been a ridiculous push against the Soviets. They are putting up a terrific defense against me at the very least. I can't seem to push very much even with full green air and CAS. This will not stop me from utterly destroying you on every relative realm of measure, because this is annoying me right now, alright? Stalin, you won't like me when I'm angry. Of course, here's strikes. Yep, alright, that's great. No wonder I can't do anything. The Germans, I hate when they do this, crowding our airports and reducing our mission efficiency. I think that's how that works. Let me get my cast damage so that I can actually push. See, and as soon as we have non-crowded airports, we can push. Look at this. 3 divisions taking on 6, no problem. Yeah, there we go. Don't blame me, but I'm blaming the AI for this. And here are our improved cruisers. We will call these boys the Wojtek Novacek class after a recent channel member. These guys are going to be expensive. They're going to hurt our steel production, but don't worry, we can afford it. I don't know how they did this, but the Soviets have managed an invasion of Albania. Don't take my spot in the airfields while I'm gone. Somebody save my parking spot. I like to call this the Great Hungarian Excavation activity. We're playing some pretty good Minecraft here in Hungary. Looks like we might be able to get another nice Soviet encirclement here. Come on, boys. Yeah, there it is. And there we go. We've closed this off. That's 12 more Soviet divisions that we've got. We're almost in 1943, so this has not been the fastest push, that is for sure. We've lost 500,000 to the Soviets, and we've taken out double that, so that's okay. The Germans have lost 4.5 million men to the Soviets, and they haven't even taken out 4 million Soviets. And it looks like there are a few D-Days popping up. Alright, looks like the Soviets are successful in this naval invasion. Not to worry, I got some air here. I got 24 divisions headed over. And yeah, there we go. There's 27 Soviets here. Of course, as soon as we kill this one, here's another one for us to deal with. But hey, you know what? Here's some more Soviets encircled here. Italy is half conquered, and looks like the Allies are trying another D-Day over here with quite a few divisions. We better hurry this up. Encirclement after encirclement, and finally think I can push these guys decently enough. Gosh, there's the liberation of Paris. We are on borrowed time right now. And there goes Mussolini as well. We have a complete breakthrough here in the south. Soviet forces are incredibly thin. The only problem is the Axis is not doing too hot here in Morocco, Italy, or France. And really, look at those German strength bars on the Soviet front either. They are terrible. This is pretty much just going to be us against the Soviets. This is a 1v1 at this point. Well, I do have my light cruisers out, but unfortunately, Horthy is definitely not around anymore. Alright, I've cut the Caucasus pretty much now. We're going to take this tile in, 23 hours. There we go. So we've cut all of this off from the Soviets. That is quite a few divisions there. We do have slight problems, though, is that the Germans can't hold wherever we are not, as you can see. And as you can see from over here, too. So it might be time for us to get the heck out of Dodge and retreat back to Greater Hungary, because they're going to capitulate and we are going to be stuck over here. The executive order has come out from Ferenc Szalai that we need to retreat. That's what we're going to do. We're going to head back from the Soviet Union and await our fate, as the Germans will likely capitulate. I should really become a poet. Xinjiang just assumed leadership of the Chinese United Front. That's pretty cool. Well, there goes the Germans. Now it's just us sitting alone against the Comintern threat. Do I think we can turn this around? I don't know. Maybe. We certainly should be able to hold our defensive lines here. Also, I think I'm going to try to justify on the Republic of Austria for Burgenland. That'll take us 10 days to do so. Hopefully they're not guaranteed by the Allies. Instead, they'll join the Comintern and we can get Burgenland back. And let's walk into the Czech People's Republic before they get any troops here. There we go, there, the Czechs down. Hopefully we can get up and cut off the Soviet occupation zone of Germany as our justification is done. They're not guaranteed, actually. And let's declare here on Austria and move into Burgenland. And yes, they did in fact join the Comintern, so after all, we can retake Burgenland. And there we go. Burgenland is in our control. Let us reintegrate it, finally giving us all of our cores back. And there we go. There goes Austria. I think we do have a way through this, is if the Allies get to war with the Soviets, I think we can take them. So I might just hunker down here and wait for that to happen. In the meantime, let's push out the Germans. And yes, the fact that the Soviets have taken over 4 million casualties to us just alone, and they had taken a few million to the Germans as well, I think we should be able to hold out against them. There is a naval invasion coming for the Western Balkans, and I really didn't expect this. I guarded my ports up here in northern Germany, but not the ones down here. No worries, I have 16 divisions that are ready to spawn in. Let's get our 4 Wojtek Novaceks on convoy rating and see if we can take out any Soviet ships that may be in the area as well. And yes, that is a win. We did sink a destroyer and 5 convoys as well. Operation Destroy Stalin has been going actually pretty well. We've actually been encircling large portions of the Soviet army. They're up to almost 8 million casualties against us. When the Germans capitulated, it was pretty much 4-1, and now it's pretty much 8-1, or 6-1, I think you could say. And those strength bars are actually decreasing. And there we go, there goes the Romanian People's Republic as well. Now the entire Comintern has around 155 to 182 divisions, but the Soviets, the only major, have only 144 divisions now. We've been wiping out so many. Well, boys, it's to the point where there's pretty much 1 Soviet per tile down here in the south. Bit more resistance here in the north, but you know what? I think we might be able to encircle these guys. That's what I've been trying to do, at least. And it's just been that, rinse and repeat. Look at all the troops here on the border. Yep, there's 16 divisions here, and I believe that was one more, so 17. Turkey is not in the Allies, but they did declare on Iran here, who was in the Comintern. Why the heck did Poland just join the Chinese United Front? What is going on in this world? And you know what, Turkey? Welcome into the faction. Let's hit our magic button and let's just see the amount of green that pops up. Yeah, that is quite a lot of green. The Soviets just annexed Tanatuva, boys. It's so over. Everyone retreat. And it looks like we're about to meet up with our great Turkish allies. And we're into Leningrad as well. And I didn't even realize, but we've also taken Moscow. At this point, they have a max of 95 divisions. We have 88. What is going on? Why has Poland assumed the faction leadership of the Chinese United Front? The Soviets are now down to only 47 divisions. We have almost double their division count. Well, the Soviets are now 98% towards capitulation. They've taken over 12 million casualties, and I'm thankful for this because I really thought I was going to have to redo this run, and I was not happy because I got such good RNG. I know there's definitely RNG involved in this run, at least for demanding territories and such. We pretty much got everything, and we all did it without war. So yeah, I'm glad I don't have to redo that because I don't think I would get as lucky, and I don't think it would make for as interesting of a video. And there, we walked into Perm. The Soviets had such little left that my game didn't even freeze when I capitulated them. And there we go, the peace deal is done with. We took one state and we puppeted everything else. We had 100% of the war score, and we even gave Poland back Krakow because we're the good guys. Oh, look who's back. Yeah, we got our puppets everywhere. The Soviets are fragmented. They will never bother us again. And the Axis is returned to glory, although this time under Greater Hungary. That's going to do it for this one. If you've watched this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. And thank you to my glorious channel members. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.